Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott here. We talked about 1970 tops and 1970 Kellogg's on my last video. That's where we left off. So for this video, we'll talk about 1971 through 1974 Packers Team Hall of Fame members, as well as a mail day that I got in between. So I guess here we go. We'll start out with the first card here. We have Ken Ellis. I have that in a grade of PSA 8. Ken Ellis played cornerback for the Packers, drafted out of Southern University, played for the Packers from 1970 to 1975, and then a few other teams after that. He was a two-time Pro Bowler. This card right here, population of 31, only one graded higher, and I believe that's either an 8.5 or a 9. I'm pretty sure there are no 10s. 71 tops, pretty notorious for not being able to get a 10 just because of the blue borders. Kind of like the black borders from 62. It's really hard to get anything above an 8 for the most part for these type of cards. So Ken Ellis is actually a more expensive card than you think it would be, just because there's just not a ton in a grade of an 8 or better. And actually, kind of a fun fact about him, he is actually currently the team chaplain for LSU football. Alright, moving on. Also from the 71 top set, we have Zeke Bradkowski. I have that in the grade of 8.5. Zeke Bradkowski played quarterback for the Packers from 63 to 68, and then also in 1971, which is where this card is from. He was in the NFL for a long time, played for a few other teams, played for the Bears in the 50s and 60s, also played for the Rams. He was from the University of Georgia, was a two-time Super Bowl champ, three-time NFL champion. This card right here is a population of 6 with seven graded higher, and I believe those 7 are all 9s. Once again, I don't think there are any 10s for Zeke. And staying in 1971, we have Lionel Aldridge, who played defensive end for the Packers. Have this card in a grade of 8.5. This card is population of 1. There are only 3 graded higher. I was actually watching one of the 9s of this card for quite a while. It vanished off eBay about a week ago. Haven't seen it. They wanted a ton of money for it. I think they had $750 or best offer on it. So I think I offered the person $350 at one point, but my offer was declined. So either they finally sold it or they just pulled it down off of eBay. Lionel Aldridge was drafted out of Utah State. Played for the Packers from 63 to 71. He was a two-time Super Bowl champion and a three-time NFL champ. One of the big issues with him is after his playing career, he actually developed schizophrenia and dealt with that. He was homeless for a while. Then he somehow got better and became a mental health advocate until his death in 1998. So yeah, kind of an interesting career for Lionel Aldridge post-football. I really like these 71 Topps cards, just because of the challenge to find them in any kind of decent shape with those borders. Then we'll go to 1972 Topps, John Brockington. I have this card in Gem Mint 10. This is population of only 5. Packers drafted him out of Ohio State in the first round. Played for the Packers from 71 to 77, which time he was a 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and he was the Rookie of the Year in 1971. John Brockington. Moving up ahead to 73 Topps. Let's start out with Chester Markel. I have this card in a grade of Mint 9. This card, population of 50, one higher. He was a kicker for the Packers in the 70s. Played from 72 to 1980. Out of Hillsdale College. He actually was born in Poland. I believe he immigrated to the United States when he was about 14 years old. Learned much of his kicking from playing soccer when he was a kid. He had kind of an interesting life as well. He was a Pro Bowler in 72 and 74. Currently holds the Packer record for field goals in a season with 33 field goals made. In 2011, he wrote a book called Alive and Kicking: Journey Through Football, Addiction, and Life. Chester Markel, during his playing career and afterwards, had cocaine addiction. He had alcohol addiction. He attempted suicide on a number of attempts. So the book just kind of goes through all those twists and turns of his life. And to this point, I think he has curbed a lot of those addictions and is, believe it or not, still alive and kicking, I do believe. So Chester Markel. I remember one of his most famous plays is where he tried to kick a game-winning field goal against the Bears, and it was blocked right back into his arms, and then he ran it in for a touchdown to win the game. So that was pretty sweet. It would have been a little bit before my time, but I remember seeing the highlights of that. Chester Markel. Also from the 73 Topps set, we have Fred Carr. Have him in PSA 9 as well. Now Fred Carr, this card is a population of 40, 4 graded higher. Played linebacker for the Packers. They drafted him out of UTEP, Texas El Paso. Was a 3-time Pro Bowler. Played with the Packers from 1968 to 1977. Moving ahead to 74 Topps. Willie Buchanan. Have this card in a Gem Mint 10. Population of 5. Only, well, none graded higher. It is a PSA 10, so population of 5. Played corner for San Diego State. Drafted out of San Diego State in the first round. Played for the Packers from 72 to 78. Then finished up his career with the Chargers. Was a 3-time Pro Bowler. First team All-Pro one time. And 1972 Defensive Rookie of the Year. Willie Buchanan. And then finishing up here, we'll talk about the mail days I've got over the month of September. The first one here is a Ha Clinton Dix Topps Chrome Auto Red Refractor, numbered out of 5 in Gem Mint 10. I think it's numbered 5 out of 5, as you can see right there. 5 out of 5 right there. This was just, I don't delve into the modern cards a lot, but this is just one that looked cool. I really appreciate Ha as a player. Out of the University of Alabama, Packers took him in the first round in 2014. Having a pretty darn good career so far, and only getting better. Ha Clinton Dix. Then I've got a couple of older cards here. Fred Cohen I picked up. This was actually an upgrade. I had it in PSA 8. I talked about Fred Cohen on a previous video out of Clemson. Had this card in PSA 8. A 9 became available in Bowman Small. This card is a population of only 3. None graded higher. So it was kind of a rare opportunity to grab a low population card of Fred Cohen. So I upgraded, did that, and glad I did. This is just a really nice looking card. Fred Cohen. Then last but not least, another card I was able to pick up that I had my eyes on for a while. Carroll, 1968 Topps. This card is a population of only 4, none graded higher, in Mint 9. Carroll played for the Rams and played for the Packers. Played for the Rams from 60 to 64. 65 to 72 played with the Packers, then finished up 1 year with the Vikings. Was a 3-time Pro Bowler. This card I actually lost in an auction, not this very card, but another 9. Lost in an auction earlier in this year, back in like March. And I've thought about that a lot since it was a card that I needed for the set. It was an opportunity to get a 9. Didn't think I'd see another 9, especially this year already, with the population being only 4. But one did come up, and I was able to get it for less than that other one sold for earlier in the year, so I was happy with that. So Carroll. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, have a great day.